Democrats wreck everything, part 1236.
Is my face straight? Okay. All right, let me keep a straight face here. The Bears belong in the city of Chicago. The Chicago Bears belong in the city of Chicago, right? Their best position is in Chicago.
Well, tell that to the Bears. The team has been in Illinois since, what, 1920? But the city is such a disaster that it's seriously considering leaving not just Chicago, but the entire state now. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth. The Bears considered building a new stadium in a nearby suburb. But today, the team inched closer to heading east after an Indiana House committee approved a framework for an entirely new NFL facility there. J.B. Pritzker, the governor, looked like he didn't know what hit him.
It was a surprise to us. The Bears actually, yesterday, we completed more than 3 hours, my team did, of discussions with the Bears. Very positive discussions. It's very disappointing to hear that they would put that statement out but not say anything about the advancement that's been made in the state of Illinois.
But the truth is, you know, look, businesses are leaving Chicago en masse. They have been for years. Citadel left a few years ago, and residents are fleeing commercial real estate as the prices are collapsing there. Now Pritzker, instead of doing some soul searching about disastrous policies, he's blaming the team. And you listen to his response. They think that guy is capable of sitting across from President Xi of China, Modi of India? He can't negotiate with Indiana, for goodness sakes. Here to respond, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich. All right, Gov, who's to blame here? Pritzker or the Bears? The Bears, the fool.
Well, our NEPO baby billionaire governor just got outplayed by the governor of Indiana. I wish I was still governor because the Bears would never leave. And Pritzker was outplayed because his priorities are all wrong. His priorities are all about fighting law enforcement. It's fight, fight, fight law enforcement when it comes to protecting illegal immigrants, and tens of thousands of whom are violent criminals. Why? Because he is pandering and servicing the lunatic fringe and the Bolshevik majority that has now taken over the Democrat Party. It's no accident that the Bears want to leave Chicago and in Illinois because, like the other businesses you pointed out, nearly 1 million people have left Illinois since he's been the governor. And since he's been the governor, he's raised taxes and fees more than 50 times on the people of this state, spent nearly $3 billion in illegal immigrants. His priorities reflect this new Democrat Party. And the Chicago Bears fan base are traditional, hardworking, working people, blue collar. Right. The people the old school Democrats used to stand for, but this new school Democrats with this NEPO baby Bolshevik billionaire are pandering to the crazy left wing and doing it at the expense of working people. And as a result of that, we may lose our beloved Bears. And it's really reprehensible.
Yeah, we don't know ultimately what happens. And everyone's trying to get, you know, better tax benefits going. That happens a lot. I get that. But again, it's Pritzker's response to this. Let's say, well, I'm disappointed in the team. The team is trying to get the best deal, doofus. So that's what they do. So he's like, well, I'm surprised. And remember when Trump said, Trump is always right about these people. He said, well, the family kicked him out of the family business because he wasn't smart enough. Who was right? Trump was right about him.
Well, he's clearly not showing any business acumen. This should be a priority. This is an important issue. It matters to millions of people in Chicago and the state of Illinois. We love our beloved Bears, and they're on the way to a Super Bowl. We got a great young quarterback, great young coach. But Pritzker doesn't know anything about sports. I've seen him throw a football. He throws it like my younger daughter, Annie. Instead of a spiral that flip-flops and turns over and over, kind of like a non-athlete who he is.
Okay. No, Rod, I mean, I love the Chicago Bears. I love the spirit. I love the old working class ethic in the stands, Soldier Field. But this doesn't look good right now. Okay, JB, add this to JB's presidential resume if he loses the Bears. Rod, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.